emergency lighting. We shall now look at points of emphasis when you are designing an emergency lighting installation. The number one point of emphasis is near staircase. So each thread should receive direct light from the installed emergency luminaire, so that the minimum illuminance on each stair thread is 1 lux. So the number one area, or one of the areas where you need to emphasize, is the stair thread. The next area is outside and near to each final exit door. So if there's a final exit door in a building, then you need to provide emergency light both inside and outside. The emergency light in inside will have a signage, and the outside will just be a bulkhead or maybe a converted luminaire. The next area is near changes in direction. Steps and other changes of levels should receive direct light from an emergency lighting luminaire. So where there is a change in direction, or where there is a change in level, then you've got to provide emergency lighting. Near each first aid point. So if you've got a first aid point within a building, or you've got emergency safety signage within a building, then you've got to provide emergency light to illuminate that signage or that the first aid box. So this is a requirement included in BS 5266 Part 7 1999 Clause 4. All types of first aid posts, including first aid rooms, are to be illuminated to a level of 5 lux. So 5 lux is the required level to a in a room, in a first aid room, or to a first aid sign. Safety signs. So the next point of emphasis is safety signs. So emergency lighting luminaires, you should direct it to each escape sign and safety sign. This is for external illuminator sign. A luminaire should be within 2 meters of the sign. Any further than 2 meters away will be unlikely to illuminate the sign. So you need to have if you have a signage, a safety sign, then you must have an emergency luminaire fitting within 2 meters from that sign. Change in direction is another area we need to emphasize. So emergency lighting luminaires should be installed near each change in direction, as well as near each intersection of corridors, or to designate an escape sign. Emergency, so that is a change in direction. You need to have an emergency light emphasizing that change in direction. So if you got like a T junction or a cross junction, you need to provide an emergency light to emphasize that area. Then exit doors. So you must have an emergency luminaire shall be installed near exit doors to provide appropriate illuminance near the door and at the threshold. However, to provide the 1 lux on the center line, the luminaire may need to be closer than 2 meters suggested in the drawing. So you need to have, even though you've got your illuminated signage on above the door, you'll also need to provide light, emergency light, to show the door at the threshold. So it must be within 2 meters of that door to provide proper illumination. These are the couple of areas of emphasis that we need to consider when we are locating our emergency um, luminaires in a building.